everybody, welcome back to Zielonka, and we're into April. We've got our two fields that we planted last episode. Our sunflower fields have been rolled and they have actually started to grow, which is fantastic. So because we fertilised as we planted, they are completely done, ready. We can forget about them almost, but we will go and have a look at them in a bit. I got to the point where we managed to get most of our field up here limed, but we haven't fully limed it. There's still a little bit to go, so I've got just over 2,000 litres of lime in here just to finish this field off. Spring is definitely here. The grass has started to go greener and the bushes have started to go bushier, so yeah, everything's on its way. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how quickly these trees grow in as well. I know the oak and birch trees grow a lot quicker, so it'll be interesting to see how quickly they do grow. So we need to open this up. There we go. Let's get this going. So as you can see, yeah, I've just got this little section to do, so hopefully there's enough in the hopper to do this. I've got a fertilising contract on the go as well, which is why our money is ticking down a little bit. Money did go up just because of our income from our rental and our fruit trees overnight. So yeah, so we've got a little bit more money in the bank, but I've decided against purchasing the bakery just now. We're going to keep hold of that money to invest possibly in fields, but we also need to do some equipment as well. I kept hold of the roller overnight, so we did incur a rental charge on that, but yeah, we're just going to keep hold of it because obviously we have a lot of planting to do today. It is April, so we can plant veg, so parsnips, red beets or beetroot and carrots can be planted today. Oh, sorry, croaky fruit. And also, yeah, we're at the stage where we can plant soybeans, so we're going to do that as well. So yeah, fair bit to do. It's going to be a busy old day today. We had a little bit of rain overnight, hence it's a bit cloudy now. So there we go. So get this last little bit here, and then that should be us done. Let's check this bit there. Yep. Okay, so pretty much quickly check the precision farming map. Actually, it's probably easier. Yep. So yep, this field's all done now. For some reason it's gone really high in this section here, but I don't really know why. It's a bit weird. But yeah, everything's pH is fine. So we need to do something about this field. Obviously this field needs planting. And then over here we don't actually have anything growing in this field yet. But the fields of interest to me are these ones here actually. So I'm a bit annoyed that this has got cotton in it again. That's a bit frustrating, but I might see if this gets planted, and then this field would be a logical field to buy. But I'm also thinking about these fields here. So this one here is 61,000, this one's 30, this one's 68. So some more sunflowers would be useful. So this one's on the definite cards, and then yeah, down here got corn. Yes, that's corn, isn't it? Yeah, just check. Yeah, that's corn, and that comes with another big patch of land there. That's 95,000. So it would make sense to buy this one. And then start expanding out the way this way. So yeah, we'll see. I'm going to wait off and see what gets planted in this one, but this might be an option. In fact, just get it. No, I'm not going to just yet. I'll hold off on it. Right, what we need to do now then is we need to get back across to the farm. I'll go and sort out that fertilising contract because it looks like it's finished. I have accepted another couple of contracts. So there's this one here, which is the fertilising one we're doing just now, but there's also a sowing contract for red beets. The reason I've taken that on is because, well, we need to plant some veg ourselves today, so we may as well use said equipment to do that contract as well. So let's get this over back to the farm. We'll go and get set up, and yeah, we'll get cracking with some planting of crops, I guess. Right, confession time. So I've totally messed up. This is the third time of re-recording this part of the episode. The first part, obviously, you saw us. We got the field up there limed, and then I went on and continued to roll this field and roll the other sunflower field. These have now sprouted, and we've got perfect pH and nitrogen, and expected yield as is as is. So we are back. We're now into April. So we've moved on to the next game day, and yeah, the plan was to bring you back in. On the last section we were doing a fertilising contract over there somewhere, and basically I went out, came back in, and it hadn't saved, so I've had to redo everything and now brought you back in at the start of that game day again. But obviously all the contracts change, so the contracts are now like this. So we have now gone into sowing contracts. So I've got a sowing contract for parsnips, sowing contract for red beet and carrots. So those are all active now. And yeah, my whole train of thought has completely changed. Now obviously we bought this last episode, which has been fantastic. Planted the sunflowers nicely, so really great job, because it fertilised and planted at the same time, so we have nothing really to do with this field anymore. We could put the field scanner over it, I suppose, but that's about it. So this is my thought. So we're going to use our veg planter here, but we're going to get the ridger and adapter, so this will attach to the ridger. Now this thing is 50 horsepower to run, so this tractor will be fine to do it. It's 160 horsepower, but the ridger is 150 horsepower to run, so combining the two I need 210 horsepower, and this tractor ain't big enough. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a new tractor. It wasn't my intention in this episode at all, but now that we've got those veg contracts on the go, and we also need to get this soybean field planted, and I do not have a direct drill to do that, we're going to rent a piece of equipment and buy a new tractor. So this is what we're going to do. And I apologise, because yeah, for you this isn't too bad, but I've probably spent an hour and a half, 2 hours redoing this episode over and over again. So it's a bit like Groundhog Day for me. But hey, it's all good. So the seeder, we're going to get a seeder which will plant soybeans and canola, which is fantastic. So we're going to go for this, which is off the premium expansion. We're going to get the Farmet, the Falcon 6 Pro Fert Plus. So this seeds and fertilizes at the same time, and it is a 6 meter working width, 220 horsepower. So we're going to just change the reg on that, and we're going to lease that. So it's 5,000 to lease. So that's that. Now, tractors wise, oh, that's trucks. Tractors, there we go. We're going to go for this, the K700. So the Yama's K700, fantastic looking tractor. This beautifully detailed mod, and we're going to upgrade the horsepower slightly to 240, and yeah, we'll do all the detailing to it. and we'll get this. So give us a second and I'll just get this how I want it. Okay, so that's it as I want it. So I was just going to quickly check the wheels. I might put wheel weights on it actually. Yeah, let's do that. And then everything else is as is. Yeah. Okay, let's buy that. 67,575. A bargain if ever you saw one. So, there we go. Nice looking tractor. Such a fantastically detailed mod, this. And the noise of it is brilliant as well. So we'll get this attached to here. We'll get this filled up. And hopefully, well, let's change this to soybean while I remember. We'll get the fert in this as well, and then, yeah, get this onto the field. What a tractor, I love it. Okay, time to play with the big boys. Just open the door somehow. How have I managed that? That's that one. There we go. Didn't know how I'd done that. There we go. Right. Okay, let's get this unfolded. It gives me a chance to use this new machinery as well. I've not used it before, so try not to run over the pedestrians. And away we go. Nice. So this is slightly different to what I was originally going to do today, but that's okay. As I said, nothing wrong with using this. What a machine. Loving it. So we're going to get this round here, and then what I'll do is, yeah, I think I'll set up a little time lapse. We'll get this field done, get it planted, and then yeah, we're going to be good for soybeans then. And then we can look at the veg after that, and we'll probably use the EMS for that as well. Get this lined up. A wee bit of an overlap here, but we'll sort that. So I will crack on with this, and yeah, we will see in a few minutes after the tunes are done. Okay, nearly there. It's not taking too long, has it? But yeah, it takes a little bit getting used to using an articulated tractor again. I've don't use them that often, but we're almost there. And the beauty of soybeans, they don't need any fertilisation, do they? So we've not used any fertiliser on here so far. So 2 final strips, and then what we'll go and do, we'll take this over to the farm, we'll swap over we'll grab the Fiat, we'll put that on the roller, and that can come and roll this, and then we can get on with planting our veg. So with the re-recording of stuff and everything else, I'm not quite sure how long this episode is going to be, so I apologise if it does overrun a wee bit, but yeah, my intention was to get this episode was to get all the crops planted that we could do. So alright, well, that's worked really well, happy with that. This in here is, the detail on it is mind-blowing. I've put some extras in it, but the dials and changes of the gears and everything, it's just, it is unbelievable. Doors opening, yeah, mind-blowingly detailed, so good. Right, let's get this back to the farm. Put the beacons on. So I need to put this somewhere. Don't know where. Probably just round the back here just now. Just going to leave that there for now. I'm going to get this over to, we'll just put this at the stores just now, and we'll grab the Fiat, we'll get the roller going, and then we can get the veg going after that. Turn all that off. You know, the door opens and closes, brilliant. Okay, so get this onto the roller. Which, as you just saw, is parked next to our very swanky cedar. Grass has started to grow, which is a good sign. It's obviously nowhere near ready yet, but so I'll put this over onto the soybean. I think, yeah, I'll just see if a worker will do it. We'll see. Hopefully it will. Whoa! People! People everywhere. And this gentleman, excuse me, thank you. Right. I think I might do a pass down this way. Pass down this way, and then that's gonna take care of the telegraph pole at least. So go across this way first, and then I'm gonna see. I have a feeling because of that ditch it's not going to work very well, but we can try, can't we? So, confession time again. So unfortunately, yeah, I have had an issue with recording again. So the last part of this episode I recorded and no sound came out on it. So what we've done, we've just I'm just going to talk through what I did as a narrative rather than as narration rather than obviously live. So obviously we've got the worker going on there. Hopefully it will do its job. I'm not hoping for much success based on the shape of that field and what's around it, but we'll see what's happened. So we're going to get our ridger. Now obviously here there's obviously different sizes that you can get within the premium expansion, but we're going to go for this smaller one, and we're going to get the 3-point extension on it to put our veg planter on it as well. Now with that and the planter, as I said before, it's 210 horsepower, so this fantastic new tractor should pull this no problem. So we'll go around, we'll grab the ridger first and we'll get that connected, and then we'll connect the veg planter to the back of it, and that will give us a 3 meter working width. Now the field we're going to plant is obviously just past the grass field, and what we're going to do, we're going to plant 3 vegetables in it. So we're going to plant the red beets, we're going to plant the parsnips and the carrots in it. So three lots of veg in the same field, and that way we get a mixture of everything for the preserving factory. Now obviously this setup will do us for the contracts we've got as well. So we've got the 3 contracts to do, which are veg contracts as well, so we'll get them done. Whoop, better mind out of the way of that car. Yeah, looking back on these this recording, I always see my mistakes as well. So when I'm editing it, I'm like, oh dear, we're not another bad bit of driving, but never mind. So yeah, we'll get up to the field here. The worker is keeping going on that field, but yeah, well, we'll see. I think I'm going to have to check on it in a bit. So I've got carrots selected just now, so I think we'll do our first row down this way. So get it lowered down, get it turned on, and away we go. Now dropping back into narration mode again, you can see I've made a mistake already, so I haven't turned the ridger on. I do realise this a little bit later on. So the first couple of rows are not ridged, but because I have precision farming activated, it makes no difference whatsoever. It doesn't affect the field state, and because we've got precision farming, we don't get the fertilisation state from the ridger either. So in reality, with precision farming, I could just literally run across the field with the planter and not have the ridger at all, which is not great. It's not ideal, is it really? But still, it's good to try and do these things properly. But as you can see, I didn't even activate it for this first pass, so yeah, didn't do it properly anyway. But not to worry. So I'm going to head down all the way down this field, and then what I need to do is then measure out the width of this field based on the size of the planter, and try and get equal thirds of parsnips, carrots and beetroot. So the field basically becomes a Neapolitan of different vegetables. But yeah, when we get to the end we'll try and measure that out so we've got our full row and we can see it. But I absolutely do adore this tractor. I think it's one of my favourite tractors I've used in Farming Simulator 22, and that's a bold statement. Fiat Agri is amazing, but yeah, I'm loving this just now. It's brilliant, such a cool tractor. But that's the end of the row. So let's have a quick look. Now that's obviously a 3 metre So if I measure this across, so there is probably the first section, there is probably the second section, and then there is the third section. So carrots, then parsnips, then red beets or beetroot. So yeah, I think I want to leave a little bit of a gap between them all as well, so it kind of differentiates between the different crops. Otherwise it might become a little bit of a pain when harvesting. So let's get round. As you can see, I've still not noticed that I haven't put any ridges in yet. But we'll get down the road this way. Now, because it's such a long, sort of solid piece of machinery, it's quite hard to keep it in line. So you make any sort of variation in direction on the tractor and it really alters where that veg planter is planting. So here I've made what I thought was a little bit of a mistake, so I've had to readjust and get it going. So we'll see you down the end of the field, and yeah, hopefully we'll get this next row in. Right, coming down to the end of the field then, the second row, second pass, and yeah, seed's not going down too quick, which is good. So yeah, hopefully we won't have to refill too many times. That's that row done, and now I think I suddenly realise that yeah, I need to do something else, which is actually have the ridges on. So I think have a look at it and then I go, all right, yeah, so it's not made much of a difference, but we don't have any ridges on here. so then explaining, well, yeah, the ridges should be working, but I said, oh, we'll leave it for a minute and we'll go and check on the worker over here. And yeah, quickly showed you the flower, but yeah, then I went over here and was like, oh my word, look at this. So the worker has not done very well at all. In fact, missed massive clumps of it. So what I decided to do was just knock everything on the head and carry on with this myself. So I'm going to finish the episode by rolling this field, and then what we'll probably do is we'll get the rest of that veg planted. We'll get those contracts done as well, and then next episode we'll bring you in. This will be rolled, the veg will be planted, and yeah, there's a good chance I will have done all those contracts, and if any other contracts pop up, I'll probably do them. I'm going to leave the planting of the corn for next episode. We'll get that done, and then yeah, it'll be a case of looking where we're at. We might need to skip forward a day, and yeah, get grass cut and things like that. The other thing we'll need to do as well is just have a look at the animals and take care of them as well. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have done, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do, and if you want to share or comment, you are more than welcome to. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But really, yeah, as I said, this episode has been a bit of a disaster from my end. Hopefully it doesn't come across in that in editing, and I hope you've enjoyed it. But from Zielonka, take care, and we will see you all again very, very soon. All the best.